Hey guys, welcome back. This is Anuta, the Crochet World, and I hope you have enjoyed my previous videos. If you have enjoyed, please subscribe to my channel, like, share, and comment on my videos. And today we're gonna do this beautiful pattern for this small pouch or a small bag or a mini bag. Here I've used my 100% cotton yarn for this particular project. It is a multi-purpose project. You can put anything in it. It opens up like this, and you can simply close this one this way. This one is right now empty, that's why it looks like this, but once you will fill it up, you will put something in, it will be nice and fluffy. And for this particular project here, I've used 3 mm of the hook, and that's it. So let's begin. Here it is. Have your any color. I'm gonna use this green color, and I'm gonna call this one as my first color. You can use any color here. Now here we're gonna have a magic circle. So for the magic circle, just put your yarn around your fingers like this and make an X here, and just put this second strand of yarn at the back, and that's it. Have your hook and insert your hook in this way. So it should be below your first strand of yarn and above your second strand of yarn. Now grab this second strand of yarn through your first strand of yarn and turn your hook in this way, and that's it. This is your magic circle. Here it is, like this. Now here, chain 1. Now this chain 1 is not a stitch. I've made this chain 1 only to secure my magic circle so that I can have a grab here. And now here into this magic circle for our round number 1, we're gonna have 6 single crochets. So insert your hook into this magic circle and grab your yarn, now yarn over, and pull your yarn through both the loops, and that's your first single crochet. And now keep on having 6 single crochets here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here it is. I've got my this 6 single crochets, and now pull this yarn, and it will form a circle here. This one, like this. And now insert your hook into this first single crochet. If you want to count, you can count from the backwards. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is your first single crochet. Insert your hook into this first single crochet, grab your yarn, and here we're going to make our first single crochet. Remember, we are not going to close our circle. We are not going to make a slip stitch and a chain 1 here. We will simply make our first single crochet for our round number 2 here. Now for that one, just have your stitch marker and put your stitch marker here so that you will remember that this is your first single crochet of your round number 2. And here we're going to again insert our hook into this first stitch of our round number 1 into the same stitch, and grab your yarn and make a second single crochet here. And now keep on having 2 single crochets into each stitch for your round number 2. And by the end of your round number 2, you're going to have your 12 single crochets. 2 single crochets into each stitch from the previous round. And here it is. I have my 12 single crochets for my round number 2. Now for the round number 3, I'm going to take out my stitch marker, and I will go to this first stitch of my round number 2, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make a 1 single crochet here, and we'll put my stitch marker back on. So now this is the first stitch of my round number 3. And now for the round number 3, we're going to have 1 single crochet, and then into the next stitch, we're going to have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, into your next stitch, have 1 single crochet, and into your next stitch, have 2 single crochets. It's 1 and 2. Next one, have 1 single crochet, and into your next stitch, have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Now keep on having 1 single crochets, then 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochets, and by the end you're going to have your 18 single crochets, 1, 8, and I'm going to meet you after my round number 3. And here it is. I have my 18 single crochets for my round number 3. Now for the round number 4, I'm going to take out my stitch marker, and I will insert my hook into my first stitch of my round number 3, and we'll make a 1 single crochet here, and I will put my stitch marker back on, so that I will remember that this is my first stitch of my round number 4. Now here for the round number 4, first 2 stitches we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here it is, we have 1 single crochet, and into a next stitch have 1 single crochet, and into a third stitch have 2 single crochets. So it's 1 and 2. Again, next 2 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch, so it's 1 and 1, and into a third stitch have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch, so it's 1 and 2, and keep on repeating this pattern. And by the end of this round, round number 4, you're gonna have 24 single crochets, and I'm gonna meet you after my round number 4. And here it is. After my round number 4, I have my 24 stitches, and I'm going to take out my stitch marker and will insert my hook into my this first stitch of my round number 4, and will make a 1 single crochet here, and this is my first stitch of round number 5. Put your stitch marker back on, and now for round number 5, for the first 3 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here it is. We got our this first single crochet into a second stitch, have 1 single crochet, and into a third stitch have 1 single crochet. So first 3 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and into a fourth stitch have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch, so it's 1 and 2. So here we're going to have our increase. Again, next 3 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch, so it's 1, 1 and 1, and into a fourth stitch have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. And now keep on repeating this pattern. So for the first 3 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and into a fourth stitch have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch, and by the end of this round, round number 5, you're going to have your 30 single crochets, 30, and I'm going to meet you here after my round number 5. And here it is. After my round number 5, I have my 30 single crochets, and now I'm going to take out my stitch marker, and I will insert my hook into my this first stitch of my round number 5, and will make a 1 single crochet here. Put your stitch marker back on, and now for the round number 6, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch for the first 4 stitches. So here it is. We got our this 1 single crochet on our first stitch, into a second stitch have 1 single crochet, into a third stitch have 1 single crochet, and into a fourth stitch have 1 single crochet. So for first 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3 and 4, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and into a fifth stitch we're going to have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch, so it's 1 and 2. Again, next 4 stitches we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. It's 1, 2, 3 and 4, and into a fifth stitch have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch, like this. Now keep on repeating this pattern until the end of this round, round number 6, and by the end of this round, round number 6, you're going to have your 36 stitches, and I'm going to meet you here. And here it is. I've got my 36 single crochets, and for my this round, round number 6, and now I'm going to take out my this stitch marker, and I will insert my hook into my this first stitch of my round number 6, and will make a single crochet here, and this is my first single crochet of my round number 7. Now here we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch for the first 5 stitches. So here we got our first single crochet, that's our second single crochet, 3, 4 and 5. So for first 5 stitches have 1 single crochet on each stitch, and into a sixth stitch have 2 single crochets, so it's 1 and 2, have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. Again, next 5 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and into a sixth stitch have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch, so it's 1 and 2. Now keep on repeating this pattern until the end of this round, and by the end of this round, round number 7, you're going to have your 42 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. And here it is. After my round number 7, I have my 42 stitches, and now I'm going to take out my stitch marker, and will insert my hook into my this first stitch, and will grab the yarn, and will make a single crochet here for my round number 8. So this is the first single crochet of my round number 8, and here we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch for the first 6 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and into a 7th stitch have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. So into the 7th stitch we're going to have our increase. So first 6 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and into a 7th stitch have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. Now keep on repeating this pattern. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and into your 7th stitch have 2 single crochets into that one stitch. So it's 1 and 2, and by the end of this round, round number 8, you're gonna have your 48 single crochets. In total 48 single crochets, and I'm gonna meet you at the end here. And here it is. After my round number 8, I have my 48 single crochets, and now for the round number 9, we're gonna have 1 single crochet on each stitch. So insert your hook into this first stitch of your round number 8 and make your first single crochet here. Put your stitch marker back on so that you will remember this is your first stitch. Now keep on having 1 single crochet on each stitch. Remember, for our round number 9, we're not going to have any increase. So it's 1, 2, 3. Now keep on having 1 single crochet on each stitch, and by the end of this round, round number 9, you're gonna have 48 single crochets. 1 single crochet on each stitch from the previous round, and I'm gonna meet you after my round number 9. And here it is. After my round number 9, I've got my this 48 stitches, and now I'm gonna take out my this stitch marker. And now here we're gonna start building our pattern. So we're gonna start our shell stitches here. And for this shell stitches here, this is our last stitch. I'm gonna go to this first stitch here. I will go to this stitch and I will insert my hook here. Now instead of inserting my hook like this, I will take the back loop only. So insert your hook into the back loop only like this, and grab your yarn and make a slip stitch here to finish up our this round. Now here I'm gonna chain 1 and will insert my hook again into that same back loop, same stitch, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make a single crochet here. Now here you can put your stitch marker. This is your first stitch. Now we're going to skip our next 2 stitches. It's 1 and 2. We're going to skip this next 2 stitches and we will go to this third stitch. It's actually a 4th stitch, because here for the first stitch we have already worked on. Skip the work on your first stitch, make your first single crochet, skip your next 2 stitches, and into your 4th stitch take the back loop, yarn over, and insert your hook into this back loop of your 4th stitch. And into this stitch we're going to have our 5 double crochets. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Again, we're going to skip our next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. We're going to skip this 2 stitches and we will go to this third stitch. We will take the back loop only, insert your hook into your back loop, grab your yarn and make a single crochet here. And now we're going to repeat our pattern. So again, skip your next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and into this third stitch, yarn over and have 5 double crochets here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip your next 2 stitches and into this third stitch, take the back loop and make a single crochet here. Again, skip your next 2 stitches and into this third stitch, take the back loop and have 5 double crochets into this one stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now keep on repeating this pattern. Again, skip your next 2 stitches and into this third stitch, take the back loop and make a single crochet here. And by the end of this round, round number 1, as we have started up our this pattern, I'm going to count this one as our round number 1. And by the end of this round number 1, in total you're going to have your 48 stitches. And here I'm going to meet you here where you're going to have your 5 double crochets at the end. And keep on repeating this pattern and I'm going to meet you at the end here. And here it is. After my round number 1, I have my this last 5 double crochets here, and now I'm going to skip my this next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and I'm going to be here on my this first stitch. Now here you can take out a stitch marker. If you don't need the stitch marker, just don't use that one. Insert your hook into that your first single crochet, grab your yarn and make a slip stitch here. And now we're going to change the color of our yarn. So here I'm going to take my this second color. Now you can use any color here. I'm going to use my this white color, and I will insert my this second color of my this yarn, and I will attach that one. And now I'm going to have chain 3 here. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Now this chain 3 will count as our first double crochet of our round number 2. Now here I'm going to yarn over and will insert my hook into that same stitch where I have made this slip stitch, that one single crochet, and I will make my second double crochet here, and I will make my third double crochet into that same stitch. Here it is. Have your 3 double crochets. Chain 3 will count as your first double crochet, and then another 2 double crochets. Now count your next 2 stitches. So it is 1 and 2. These are your 2 stitches, next 2 stitches. We're going to skip this 2 stitches and we will go to this third stitch. So this is our third double crochet of our this cluster. So go to this third stitch and insert your hook into that stitch. Now remember, here we are not going to take back loop only. We got our back loop only stitches here because we are forming up our pattern like this. Now onwards we will repeat our round number 1 and 2, but we will not do this back loop only stitches. We will take both the loops now onwards. So here, insert your hook into this third stitch and make a single crochet here. Now again we're going to skip our next 2 stitches. So it's 1 and 2. We're going to skip this next 2 stitches and we are going to come up here on our this single crochet. Now here on top of this single crochet from the previous round, yarn over and have our 5 double crochets into this one single crochet. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Again we're going to skip over this next 2 stitches, and on top of this third stitch, this is our third double crochet from the previous round, insert your hook and make a single crochet here. Again skip your next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. We're going to skip this 2 stitches and we will come up here on the top of our this one single crochet. We're going to have 5 double crochets here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Again we're going to skip our next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and on top of this double crochet, our third stitch, we're going to have 1 single crochet. Now keep on repeating this pattern until the end of this round number 2, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. Here you're going to have your 1 single crochet on top of this double crochet, and I'm going to meet you here. In total you're going to have your 48 stitches, and I'm going to meet you at the end of my round number 2. And here it is. I've got my this last 5 double crochets, and now I'm going to skip my this next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and I will go to this third stitch, which is my third double crochet from my last round, and I will make 1 single crochet here. And now we're going to skip over this next 2 stitches and we are here. Now here we have already made this 3 double crochets, so we need another 2 double crochets. So here I'm going to yarn over and will insert my hook into my this first single crochet of my round number 1. So insert your hook in here. Remember, we are not going to go here. We will go down on this first stitch of our round number 1, and grab your yarn and make a 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets like this. And now go to a third chain. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Insert your hook into this third chain, grab a yarn, make a slip stitch. Here it is. Your work will look like this. And now we're going to change the color of our yarn. So we're going to take our first color. So here again, we're going to take over this first color. So here it is. It's here. And I'm just going to grab it like this. Remember, I haven't cut my yarn, so it's already here. And now here, as I've attached my this first color, I will insert my hook into my this same stitch where I have made this slip stitch. we'll grab the yarn on top of this chain 3 and we'll make a single crochet here. So that's going to be my first stitch of my round number 3. Now here I'm going to repeat my round number 1, but here for the round number 1 we have taken our back loop stitches. So do not do your back loop stitches. The back loop stitches are only for your round number 1. Now onwards we're going to take both the loops. So again we're going to skip over this next 2 stitches and we will go to this 3rd stitch, and on top of this single crochet from our previous round we're going to have 5 double crochets here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Again skip your next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and into this 3rd stitch have 1 single crochet. Again skip your next 2 stitches, and on top of this single crochet have 5 double crochets. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now keep on repeating your round number 1 and round number 1 and round number 2 until your round number 8. Now here I've built my pattern for 8 rounds. Now if you want this size you can go up to round number 8. If you want a bigger size you can go further and you can add up your rows, like 10 rows, 12 rows, totally up to you. So just have your required length or required rows, and I'm gonna go up to round number 8. So here I will repeat my round number 1 and 2 until my round number 8, and I'm gonna meet you after my round number 8. And here it is. I've finished my 8 rounds, and after my round number 8 it looks like this. Now again you can go further if you want to add up some more rows, and now after adding up your required rows, follow up the next round. So for my round number 9 I will change the color of my yarn for one more time, and I will go to this first color, and here I'm gonna have 1 single crochet here. So insert your hook again into your this 3rd chain, grab your yarn and make 1 single crochet here, and that's gonna be your first single crochet of your round number 9. Now we are gonna have 1 single crochet on each stitch. So into your next stitch have 1 single crochet, into your next stitch have 1 single crochet, into your this single crochet from the previous round have 1 single crochet, again next one have 1 single crochet, and now keep on having 1 single crochet on each stitch, and by the end of this round number 9, you're gonna have your 48 single crochets, 48 stitches. And I'm gonna meet you after my round number 9. 1 single crochet into each stitch from the previous round. And here it is. I've got this 48 stitches, and now I will insert my hook into this first stitch. We'll grab the yarn and we'll make a slip stitch here, and that's how I'm gonna finish up this round number 9. Now for your round number 10, I'm gonna chain up 3 here. It's 1, 2 and 3. Now here first 2 chain will count as our half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and then chain 1. And now we're gonna skip over this next stitch, and we will go to this 3rd stitch, yarn over and insert your hook into that 3rd stitch and make 1 half double crochet here and chain 1. Again go to your next stitch, skip your next stitch, and into your stitch after that, yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch, grab your yarn and make a 1 half double crochet and chain 1. Again we're going to skip our next stitch, and into the stitch after that, yarn over, insert your hook, grab your yarn and make 1 half double crochet here, chain 1. Again we're going to skip our next stitch, and into the stitch after that have 1 half double crochet and chain 1. Now keep on repeating this pattern, and I'm gonna meet you at the end here. And here it is. I've made this last half double crochet and a chain 1 of my round number 10. I'm gonna skip this next stitch, and I'm gonna come up here, and here I'm gonna count my 2 chains. So it's 1 and 2. Count your 1 and 2 stitches and insert your hook into your 2nd chain. Grab a yarn and make a slip stitch here, and that's how we're going to finish up over this round number 10. And now for the round number 11, I'm just gonna insert my hook into my this chain one space, my next chain one space, yarn over and insert your hook into this next chain one space and grab your yarn and make 5 half double crochets here into this chain one space. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 half double crochets. Now this half double crochet, we're going to skip over this half double crochet and into this chain one space, insert your hook, grab your yarn and make a slip stitch here. Again, this half double crochet, we're going to skip this half double crochet and into this chain one space, we're going to have 5 half double crochets. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This next half double crochet, we're going to skip over this next half double crochet and into this chain one space, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. And now keep on repeating this pattern until the end. And here you're going to have your 5 half double crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. And here it is. I've got my this 5 last half double crochets, and now I'm going to be here. So I'm going to skip my this next half double crochet and into this chain one space, I will insert my hook and make a slip stitch here. And here it is. This is the end of our round number 11. And now I'm going to cut my yarn. So here I'm not going to make my slip stitch into this first half double crochet here. I'm just going to leave it like this. If you want, you can do that one as well, but there is no requirement of that slip stitch, so I'm not going to do that. So here it is. I'm just going to cut my both the yarns, and here I'm going to make my this yarn secure. And now put your this all loose ends in. So just turn up your work, and I'm going to put all my this loose ends in. And here it is. The pouch is ready, and for this strap I'm gonna make a slip knot here, and now I'm gonna chain up 75. Now I've left this strap a little longer. If you want to go for this little longer strap, just chain up 75 and exactly follow what I'm doing here. If you don't want this strap to be a longer enough, just have your chains for about 50 or 51. And here it is. I'm gonna chain up 75 here, but if you want your strap to be a shorter one, just chain up 50. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 72, 73, 74 and 75. So here I've got my 75 chains. Again, if you want a shorter strap, just make your 51 chains. Here I've got my 75 chains, and now I'm going to turn my work, and this is the back part of my first chain, and this is the back part of my second chain. Now I'm going to insert my hook into this second chain, the back part of my second chain, and we'll do a single crochet. And now I'm going to have one single crochet on each chain. So by the end I'm going to have 74 chains. So if you have chained up 51, you're going to have 50 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you after that. So I'm going to have my 74 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you after my 74 single crochets. One single crochet into each chain. And here it is. I've got my this 74 single crochets, and now I will cut my this yarn. I'll secure my this last stitch, and I will insert my this strap anywhere here. So just have any loop in here of your round number 10 and insert your this strap like this. You can take a help of a needle as well. Just insert your needle into here somewhere, and you can simply pull your this strap. Now one loop in and one loop out, and when you're doing this, keep in mind that your straps should be straight. So when doing this, when inserting your strap inside your this project, your bag, it's twisted, just straighten up your strap like this and keep on having this one loop in and one loop out. And here it is. Now we're gonna attach our this two parts of our this straps. And before attaching it, just make sure that your strap is straight, just as what I've said before. Now have your needle and attach these two parts of your strap together. And now put this two loose ends in, and I'm gonna meet you after that. And here it is. The strap is ready and it's all attached and it's all nice and done. And now you can simply pull your strap like this and it's all done. Your pouch is ready, and here it is. I hope you have liked my today's tutorial. If you have liked, please like, share and comment on my videos, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.